here just came from a shaft about 50 feet above us on the surface. The shaft continues down about another 200 feet. They were working below here in the 1950s. Probably they were hauling material off, and they have a hand windlass, a bit like the winch that you see on the well, to haul up my hand material from the shaft below. I'm looking forward to the Haye.
See the vein inches out and go up into the roof. Would originally have a railway track along here and trams, probably pulled by pony. One of the hazards of mines like this is frequent rock falls. The granite itself is normally quite competent, but when we come across a fault or a vein, the rock can be very broken up and weathered. And a lot of the mine workings in Glendasan have falls which are impenetrable. This one we can go over the top and continue on into the workings. You can see here the rock is very broken up, very soft, almost clay, breaking in my hand. In the past, the miners would have supported this sort of working by wooden pit props across the top of the level, but in a lot of cases those woods have now rotted away and collapsed. We've now left the vein working and going through a section of unmineralised ground along what's called a crosscut, which is a level that's been driven to go through to the veins further in the hillside. So we're passing through an area where there's no mineralisation, very good, clean, competent granite, country rock. This horizontal vein is not related to the mineral deposits, but was formed when the granite was still hardly molten, just crystallizing. It's called a pegmatite, very large crystals. And quite often, in some countries, these are mined for rare minerals within them. This was the main part of the mines in the 1950s. Here the vein is up to six feet wide. In the 1950s, the miners would typically have worked upwards from the level we're on now. They would put up shafts known as razors, vertical shafts from the level, and then extend left and right along the vein, working the vein, and then dropping the mineral ores down the shafts into tubs in the level and taking it out to the surface. We're now at the first of a series of hoppers or ore passers which go up above the main level. This timbering here would have originally had a wooden shuttering on it. The ore, as it was mined, would be dropped down into a hopper here. The shuttering could then be temporarily moved, drop it into tubs to take it out to the surface. Another interesting part about this particular hopper are the pipes here. These pipes were taking both air and water up into the workings above us. The air was used as compressed air to drive the drills, but water was also an essential part of the mining. It was used as a suppressant of the dust during drilling, so it was injected along the drill stems to suppress the dust, which could have caused problems with the miners' health if this was not done. We're now at a point about 700 metres from the entrance, about half a mile. We're directly underneath the older Moll Doyle's workings above us, about 200 to 300 feet above us. The water is falling down in front of me. It's coming from those workings, dropping about 200 feet to the level here. We're now at another hopper here. This hopper also leads off into the main workings, and we can have a look up there and see some of the minerals actually in situ. We're now within the stope workings. The vein here is about 4 feet wide, so the workings continue up above my head for about 200 feet. If we just look up into the roof, we can see some of the lead minerals that the miners are trying to mine. The very dark grey material is galena, here about 6 inches or 15 centimetres in width. Ladders to get up into the stopes. These are some wooden ladders, probably 50 years old, now in very rotten state. We're now at the very end of the mine. The vein has pinched out to very thin, gone almost flat in lying, and no mineral in this area, and the miners gave up driving along the level here, and this was the end of the 1950 workings. See here the hanging wall of the vein, or the cheek of the vein, quite clean, solid line within the rock. This is the edge of the vein. And again, the miners try and follow this as a clean wall.